Hey guys, it's E here from Virginia Grace Living. So I'm out here by the garden. I'm about to get some new things planted in one of my new plots here that I just tilled up. My neighbor brought over some compost. I got it tilled in and mixed in nice, so the plot's looking good. It's ready. We've had a lot of rain lately, so I would ideally have liked to gotten these planted earlier. As they say, you gotta make hay when the sun's shining. So the sun's shining today. I didn't think we were going to get any sunshine today. The weather had predicted that it was basically going to rain all weekend, but it looks like now we're getting a pretty decent time of some clear between the rain. So it actually should work out great. Get these seeds in the ground and get some plants in the ground that I've been wanting to do. So some of the things I'm going to be planting today, I'm going to go over with you. I have a bunch of watermelon and cantaloupes that I'm going to be planting today. Mostly by seed, but I do have about half a tray of Sarah's Choice cantaloupes that I started from seed, and they're looking pretty good. And then I'm also going to get some winter squash growing. All right, so you may think it's a little early in the season to grow that type of winter squash, but if I wait too long, then I'll get closer to the frost and I could risk it. And the thing is about winter squash is it lasts a very long time. Untouched, really. Once it cures, once the skin cures and hardens up, some of the winter squash can last up to a year. So really not risking anything by planting it now. In fact, it'll actually be better to plant it now. So anyhow, I'm going to go through some of the things I'm going to be planting today. So I have this Lee Lano Sweet Glow watermelon. This is from Baker Creek Seeds. We did these a couple of years ago and they're really good. It's an orange flesh watermelon. I also have another, I'm going to plant some of these seeds, Hearts of Gold cantaloupe. We're just trying a few different things out this year. I have this Congo watermelon. It's a big, heavy oblong striped type watermelon. Gonna get those going. I also have Jubilee, which is another large red flesh watermelon. Seeded variety. And then I have this Honey Rock cantaloupe. So we're going to do a few different types of cantaloupe. I love cantaloupe. It's probably my favorite melon. But also, since we're out here, we're going to be putting some South Anna butternut squash seeds in the ground. These are from Haas Tools. I can't recommend Haas Tools enough for a lot of the things. I really like the tarp that I use to cover everything. I like their seeds. And they just do great stuff. Then I got this Brilliant, it's a golden honeydew. And then I have these Speckled Hound squash. They're another winter squash pumpkin. These are an eating type pumpkin. I still have some Sugar Cubes cantaloupe seeds. So, well, depending on how much space we have, we'll see where I can squeeze all these in. But these are really awesome. They're like a personal size a personal size cantaloupe almost. They're smaller. So if you don't necessarily want a big cantaloupe, or it's just you and maybe one other person at your house, this would be a great one to grow. Then I have the Sarah's Choice. I have these seeds still, but I actually already have the plants I'm going to put in the ground. And then last but not least, if we have room, I'd like to grow some more of these Musc de Provence, these heirloom pumpkins. They get really big, they're pretty, and they're really good eating as well. I'm going to start out up here, up top, and I'll plant the plants that I have. We're going to get those plants in the ground. So some of the plants right here, these are those Sarah's Choice cantaloupe. Like I said, they're looking pretty good. I don't know, I got about 8, 9 of these right here that I'll put in. Let's get these put in the ground and then we'll move on to putting some seeds in. First, I'm going to be planting out some of these cantaloupe plants here. We'll just put them down this middle row right here. They're going to sprawl out and get crazy, but that's all right. I'm going to try and keep them contained within this plot. Stuff starts running out, I'll just hit it with the mower. Sounds crazy, but next thing I'm going to do is plant some of these cantaloupe seeds along the rest of that row right there. And I might do one more row of cantaloupe, and then we'll start doing our watermelon. Alright guys, I got everything in. I got all the seeds in here and a few plants, so it actually looks like it might be about to rain and storm again. Hopefully it's not going to be too bad of a washout, but just enough to kind of water this plot here. So I got all my melons and my winter squash planted. I do still have more plans for this plot behind me that you can see is beginning to get tarped off. Again, I got that from Haas Tools also. That's going to be our decorative pumpkin plot and some sunflowers. So we're going to be doing 3 different types of sunflowers and 4 or 5 different types of pumpkins. I don't know. We'll see how we can put them all in there. May have to do some half rows and stuff. But either way, I'm excited. We have a lot going on here at our homestead. As you can see, my tomato plants and everything are looking good. I need to do some weeding in this garden if I can get to it this weekend. We'll see. But anyhow, that's all about growing melons and stuff in this plot. So if you haven't got any melons or seeds in the ground yet, you might want to go ahead and do it. It's not too late, but you don't want to wait too much longer. The soil is getting nice and warm, and they should germinate well for you. So my potato rows looking pretty good here. I've got a bunch of them that are starting to flower, so it won't be too much longer on these, I don't think, till they start to dry up. So once these start turning brown and drying up, I'll give them a little bit of time, and then we'll dig these up. My peppers looking pretty good. Tomatoes are looking outstanding. As you can see, very nice, bushy green, lots of flowers on them. A few of them have started to put out some tomatoes. Here's one right here. So I think this is a Cherokee purple, but it's gonna be a pretty nice big tomato. Then I got some paste types that have started to put on tomatoes. You can see right here. But yeah, it's getting a little windy out here. So I'm gonna head in the house here in a minute. Morning guys, so I'm out here by the chickens. I gotta get some of these animals fed real quick. Gonna have to do some weeding and stuff in the garden and a few other things, so we'll see what we get into today.
There's a headless chicken.
Chicken nuggets. Morning, pigs. How we doing, goats and pigs? Morning, Ronnie. Morning, ladies. What are we doing? So I'm actually gonna go, we have a chicken sitting on eggs, and we've had broody chickens in the past, but we didn't have a rooster. So we're gonna kind of try and let her just do her thing and see if she'll hatch some chicks for us. So I'm gonna mark her eggs, the ones that she's sitting on now. That way I know which one she's sitting on, and if she adds any more, I'll take those out so that we still have eggs to eat, because she may try and steal all of them. But anyways, notice we do have a rooster. That's Ronnie. So Ronnie's been doing his job, so we're gonna go ahead and mark those eggs, and yeah. Go ahead, Red. Sorry. Get back on your eggs. You're good. You're good. Adjust this pin over here. Drop this down so that it's not hitting so deep. Let's see, try it about right here and see how that does. We may have to make some adjustments. I'm not really sure yet. All right, let's give it a shot. All right, well, it isn't perfect, but I think it looks a lot better than it did, and I'm hoping that that'll give these plants a good jump start to where they can then put out some bigger leaves and kind of shade out this stuff that's in between them here. So, you know, like I said, it's not perfect, but you can see our plants are doing pretty good. I'm trying to shake some of this dirt off of them, but yeah, so these are my slick pick yellow squash right here along this row, and then my zucchini right here, and then this super grassy looking stuff over here is a mix of wildflowers, some zinnias. These are coming up nicely. I got some sunflower, some dill starting to pop in. Hopefully it can get big enough to like I said, shade out some of this grass. But anyways, I think it looks better than it did, and that's counts for something. So these are my, I think these are the slicing cucumbers, and then this row over here is the pickling types. So they're starting to come on and look good. Start throwing out these little tendrils here to climb up this trellis, kind of help that guy out there. And so once they start climbing, they're gonna take off. And then we got our green beans here. They're starting to, these are the pole beans. These are heirloom seeds that I've saved for the past few years. Blue Lake, I think. Blue Lake pole beans. You can see that one's starting to climb up. And then I got Haas Blaze green bean bush beans on this row here. So, and then our okra. The last thing I think I want to do today is I actually have a couple fig trees I want to plant in the ground. Now that it's nice and warm, there's no frost, you know, we're definitely away from the frost. And I hope that that'll help give them plenty of time to root and establish themselves and be strong plants, so we won't have to put them in the greenhouse over the winter. I am going to put the smaller ones in the greenhouse over the winter to give them a chance to get a little bit more mature. But let's take a look at these fig trees real quick, and then we'll load them on the golf cart with a shovel. So these, I honestly don't even remember what variety these are. Someone gave these to me, but they look pretty healthy, as you can see. Nice big healthy leaves starting to develop, and you can see some nice new growth shoots on here. So I think these are probably ready to be planted in the ground. These I'm going to give a little bit more time, another season or so, to get out of there, dog. All right, so I'm going to drop off one of these over here. Another one right here. Yeah, right there. So that should be hopefully a good enough hole.
plant right there.
Right here. So there's one planted. And I'll come through and water these in a little while. But looks good. I'm going to top this with some compost probably this week and get some from my neighbors. But anyhow, excited to have some figs in the ground. All right, guys. Well, that's going to be about all for tonight for this video. So I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I got to go pick up the kids from the neighbor's house. They've been over there playing. So that's all I got planned for today. So it was a productive video. We had got some weeding done, some planting, and got some fig trees in the ground, so that's good. And anyhow, guys, I do appreciate you watching the video. If you do like these types of videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like the videos, and share with your friends. That helps grow the channel. So as always, thanks for watching. God bless.